My name is Brock Page and welcome to Throwing Darts. I went a pitiful 5-7 on my picks for last night's MLB action. That's going to bring my total win percentage down to 602. Let's look to get a lot better in tonight's picks. Speaking of which, Boston's laying $1.32 tonight at Philadelphia with the total moving upward to an even 10 runs. Currently, Philly's getting a run and a half, and at the moment, 61% of the money's on Boston to get the job done. Tonight's probables: Johnson for the Bo Sox, Hellickson for the Fightins. Speaking of the Phils, they're the worst team in baseball, lost 7 straight, and win just 34% against teams over 500. Having said that, though, the Fightin' Phillies are winning an impressive 69% of their games. When Hellickson takes the mound, they're facing a Boston team who's won just 15 of 32 on the road this year. The bad news pretty much ends there, though, for Boston bettors, however. The Sox are 4-1 in their last 5, and they're also 3-0 when Johnson starts on the bump. The case can arguably be made for either side. That said, the time for talk is over. It's time for me to throw some proverbial darts in my underwear with some severely misguided sports picks in my one-bedroom apartment. All right, folks. I'm looking to make a money line play only on this game. Both games in this series went to extras. Things have been tight. We're also 1-1 for the overs in those 2 games. I want to stay far away from the run line and the total. I do, however, want to select a winner, and these Boston Red Sox win a solid 60% of their games as the favorite. Meanwhile, the Phils on the other side are winning a pitiful 29% in the 3rd game without a day off. It's for these very reasons that I think $1.32 lay on the Sox for some money line cash is a good play for me. All right, we're going to slide into our next and final game. LA Dodgers plus 1.5 at Cleveland with the total at an even 8 runs. Currently, the Indians are laying 150 on the money line, and at the moment, 61% of the bettors think the Indians will get the job done. Tonight's probables: McCarthy for the Dodgers, Kluber for the Indians. And speaking of Cleveland, they're just 1-2 in their last 3, and they're actually winning just 46% of their games at home. They're also winning just 45% in the 2nd game without a day off. But it's not all dark clouds if you're a Cleveland bettor, however. These Indians are winning an impressive 69% of their games versus teams allowing less than 4 runs a game. They've also won a remarkable 6 of 8 when Corey Kluber starts on the bump. They're facing a Dodger team who's winning just 33% of their games as the underdog. But if you think the Dodgers have no shot in this one, think again, my friend, as this Los Angeles team has won their last 5 straight. They're also winning 62% versus teams giving up more than 4 runs a game. With all that in mind, the case can be made for either side. Should be a tough one to pick, but at this moment, the time for talk once again is over. It's time for me to once again throw some proverbial darts in my underwear with some severely misguided sports picks in my 2-bedroom apartment. All right, when it comes to the money line, I did in fact make the case for both sides. Keep in mind, however, the fact that these Cleveland Indians are playing just .500 ball at home is not that good. And they're also just 42% against teams over 500. Meanwhile, on the other side, the Dodgers are winning a staggering 79% of their games versus teams around 500. They're also a solid 6-4 when McCarthy makes the start. It's for these very reasons that I'm taking the underdog, LA Dodgers, plus 132 to get the job done for some money line cash. All right, folks, that is going to do it for me. Just 2 picks today. But before I get out of here, I have to remind you that I am not a sports betting expert, nor do I implore you to take any of my picks. A wise man once said, good ain't free, and free ain't good. And for some reason you decide to use the free information on this program, you're utilizing it at your own discretion. Most importantly, if you're betting any of these games, do it safe, do it responsibly, and most important, have fun. For Brock Page Productions, I'm Brock Page, and have yourself a positive day.